These are our compost bins. I set them up probably 6 years ago, and they're still going strong. This is just enough for a family of 4 that eats mostly fruits and vegetables. They roll on these rollers here. You only need to roll them about once a week or so whenever you fill your compost bin that you have inside your kitchen. You can keep your food scraps. They keep them in this airtight container, although it usually doesn't smell. I haven't filled since the last time I was out here, which was probably about 5 days ago. This is what you could expect to see from a compost bin. It's about full. You can see little critters in there, little bugs and stuff. You can take a whiff, and it doesn't smell at all. It smells actually almost like forest. There's no rotting smell. There's none of that. You usually cover up whatever you've put in there as far as table scraps. You cover it up with leaves. This is, like I said, like about 5 days. You can see how active it is. Look at all the grubs and worms and stuff. It doesn't smell. Usually if you look around, you won't see much left of what the food scraps were. A peel here and there. As you can see, there's no real roaches or anything. You see a bunch of little bugs and stuff that don't migrate out of the compost bin because they're very happy in here. So it's not a place that will attract a lot of bugs into your house or anything like that. When you're ready to put your recently obtained food scraps, you drop your food scraps in. And you don't have to worry about mixing it around too much. And you want to do 1.5 to 2 times the amount of dried leaves to 1 part food scraps. So if we had that full bin of food scraps, you want to put 1, and let's do a half. So we get our leaves from the neighbors. You know, we have some elderly neighbors in the neighborhood, and what we do is that when the trees lose their leaves once a year, we do the neighbors a favor, especially the elderly neighbors that we have. We do them a favor by raking up the leaves for them, and they're super happy about that, and we're happy that we have enough leaves to cover us for the year. Usually 3 or 4 big, 30 gallon, I guess they call it, big trash liners will do. Now before you add your food scraps, you actually do want to rotate. You don't want to rotate afterwards because you don't want any of the actual raw food ending close near the holes, because you know, you can have critters try to eat through them, although you'll never get rodents or anything inside. I'll give you a peek at what it normally looks like after the compost has been settled in for a few months. So once this one would get full, we would let it sit, and then we would start filling this one, which we're getting ready to do. I keep a little paver block here to hold the door open. This is old fire hose from my fire station that they no longer needed, that it was out of service. So instead of going in the dumpster, I use it as the hinges. These are just regular little tabs, and these are I want to say 3/8 inch holes. I'm not sure. Anyway, so this is what finished compost looks like. It looks like dirt. You can see there's very little bugs in here, if at all, left in here, because all the food scraps have been eaten. There's no foul smells or anything like that. And you can see it's super rich, and it's great for the plants. You can mix it in with your topsoil. You can mix it in with potting mix. You can just dress. There's an avocado little tag. Those things don't compost very well, so a lot of times we'll just peel them off before we throw them in there. As I was saying, you can just dress your garden beds with them and let the nutrients just soak in when you water. There's many ways to do it. The best part about it is that your food scraps don't end up in the landfill to rot. And the reason food rots in the landfill is, first and foremost, is because people throw animal products in there, like fish, poultry, or beef or pork or anything like that. And then obviously eggs and dairy also, and any oils shouldn't be going in your compost bin because it goes rancid and it actually spoils. Some people like to put eggshells in their compost. We don't happen to do that. If you do want to do that, I would suggest you wash the eggshells first, but it could add some vital nutrients like calcium into your mix if that's what you're into. And I think that's about it. These are all little avocado plants and mango. I think there's a mango in here somewhere. One of them's a mango that we've actually gotten from the compost bin, because as you can imagine, it's very nutritious type soil, and anything that is in there that happens to be a seed will probably sprout inside the compost bin. So we just throw them out here, but normally we don't do anything with them. This avocado tree that I'm standing underneath of is actually came from the compost bin about 5 years ago, before I had an actual compost bin going. We were trying it out, and the avocado seeds sprouted, and we put it in the ground, and now we get avocados from it. So I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, just leave them down in the comments, and we'll talk to you soon.